Now, what do we mean by human resource management? What do we mean by, when someone says he is good in managing with something, or he is good in managing people, or he is good in managing money? What do we mean there when we say he is good in managing something? See, I will give you a simple example. See, for example, when I say that this particular cricket coach is good in managing the team, or when I say that this particular football coach is good in managing the team, what do I mean? That means, when someone says that, this particular cricket coach is very good in managing the team, means what does it, convey? It generally conveys that that particular coach is good in utilizing each and every member in the team in an efficient and effective manner, right? That is the point, right? Similarly, when we talk about human resource management, we are talking about how to utilize the human resource in an organization in an efficient and effective manner. Now, what is the difference between, or what is the meaning of efficient and effective? If anyone has confusion, let me clear you. Efficiency, the term efficiency means, more output with less wastage. That's why, whenever you see an advertisement of an automobile, that means for a car or a bike, they'll say that, this is a fuel efficient car, this is a fuel efficient bike. That means they are basically conveying you, telling that you can travel more distance with less fuel. When they say that, this is a fuel efficient car or fuel efficient bike, so that is basically efficiency. Now, when we talk about effectiveness, effectiveness means doing things in a right way. That means, see, if I give you a target of production of 100 units of mobiles, and you have produced 100 units of mobiles, that means I will tell that you are an effective person. That means, see, in simple terms, effective means completing the targets as they have to be. Efficient means, more output with less wastage using the same resources. That is basically the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. So here we are actually, when we talk about the term human resource management, we are actually talking about utilization of the human resource in an organization in an efficient and effective manner. Okay, now till now we have seen only the basic, basic explanation of the term human resource management, or we have just seen a basic, meaning or basic explanation of what do we mean by human resource management in an organization, right? Now let's move to a clear definition, clear cut, the actual definition of the term human resource management, which you have to give whenever, this particular question of what do you mean by human resource management is asked in an interview or an examination. See, when this question is asked to you, telling that, when someone randomly asks you telling that, what do you mean by human resource management, you can just tell them that, human resource management means, utilization of human resource in an organization in an effective and efficient manner. That's it, simple. You can just give them that. But when this particular, the same particular question is asked in an interview, or when it is asked in an examination, a written examination, in a, basically like, in your MBA finals, or in a BBA and all this, then you are expected to give a more detailed descriptive definition of this term human resource management. Now we will, in the further part of this video, we will be looking at that particular detailed, clear cut definition of the term human resource management. But before that, let me give you a, real life scenario example of, human resource management, the definition, so that, if you keep this example in your mind, and when you move to the definition, you will understand the definition in a better way. Otherwise, the whole definition will be filled with a lot of different components, and you will get confused. So let's start with the example for the definition of human resource management. Okay, now let us assume that you want to, start a startup, or you want to basically start your own company, right? There are so many different components that you have to look after before starting a company, right? That means you have to look after the finances, you have to look after, the sales, the operations, the productions. You also have to look after the human resource aspect. In this way, when you want to start an organization, you look after, there are so many different components that you have to look after, right? Now let's consider the human resource aspect only. That means, leave all the finances, how are you going to bring in the investments and all, leave all that. Let's concentrate on the human resource aspect that you have to look after when you want to start an organization, right? Now see, what are the different things in this human resource aspect that you do when you are about to start an organization? This is just an example. Okay, now think, what are the different things that you will do in human resource aspect before starting an organization? First of all, you will be planning, right? Telling that, okay, how many, how much of the workforce should I need, or how much of the workforce will I need how many managers do I need, how many assistant managers do I need, how many sales guys do I need, how many marketing guys do I need, how many finance people I need, how many operations people I need. In this way, based on your organization, you will be looking after your human resource needs, right? So let's assume that you have looked after all the needs. You did a clear cut analysis, and you planned, you basically planned for the workforce in your organization, right? Now what is the next thing that you do? The next thing that you do is to try and fill the positions that you just got in your planning, right? That means when you did the analysis of how much estimated workforce do I need and all these things, you will be coming to an objective, or you will be coming to a conclusion telling that okay, I will be needing these many human resource people, these many accountants, these many salesmen. In this way you will be having a clear cut requirement. It may be actual, approximate, or it may be accurate, it may be an estimated one, but you will be having an idea, right, about the requirement related to workforce human resource, right? Now next what you'll do, you will be trying to fill in that workforce. That means next you will be trying to bring in those those many number of workforce in that organization, right? Now you do so many different things in order to bring these required workmen, or required employers, or basically required workforce into your organization. First thing, you did planning. Next thing, you're trying to fill in the all the positions that you got in your planning. Now in order to fill in, you do so many different things. You do recruitment. That means see, for example, if you want some if you want like 10 to 15 IT guys, you can't just tell that I will go into the market and I'll pick randomly, I will pick 15 members IT guys and I'll just place in my organization. No, you can't just tell that. You don't actually do that. So first of all, what you do, you start the recruitment, where you give out certain job advertisements, or you give out your requirements saying that I am looking for these many people with this qualification or this experience and all these things. You release something out, right? So basically here what you're doing, out of the entire available candidates in the market, or out of the entire pool of resources in the market of the workforce, you are basically trying to pick out or shortlist all the candidates who think they are eligible to your organization. Now these people think that they are eligible to your organization based on the requirement that you have released. Now they will come to your organization. Next what you'll do, now all these people think that okay, I am eligible for this organization according to the criteria this organization has released. In this way, they have perceived and they approached your organization. Now you, among all the people that approach to your organization, you select the people that you think, that this time you think who are suitable to your organization's requirements and all these things, right? So basically first you're planning. Second thing, you are trying to fill in the all the workforce requirements. So basically you started the recruitment, where you gave out certain advertisements or whatever you did. You basically tried to reduce the size of the pool into a smaller one, and they you basically tried to attract them to your organization. And once they came to your organization, what you did, you picked out, you selected certain people from that people who approached your organization, you selected, and rest of the people you rejected. Now once you selected the people, you place them in their respective roles, right? Okay, this is the next thing that you do: planning, recruiting, selecting, placing, right? You placed. Now see, what generally happens in an organization, there are certain things that are done before the employee actually starts his work. They are induction and orientation. That means, see, in simple terms, introduction happens, right? Okay, now again, coming from the starting, you did your planning, and based on your planning you started your recruitment. You selected the people that you think are suitable, you place them in their respective roles. Next, the introduction part comes. Next comes two things called as induction and orientation. Induction is where you introduce to the new joinee, or you introduce to the new person his employer. That means you introduce the company for which he is about to work for. You introduce that to the employee. That means you take him to the conference room and tell that you play a PPT telling that this is our organization, and these are all the different divisions. In this division this work happens, in that division that work happens. In this way you are basically introducing the organization to this particular employee, right? That is basically induction. Now next you give orientation, where you introduce the work surroundings to the employee. That means you are actually introducing you're actually making the employee, the new joinee, familiar with the work environment, where what all happens, you take this new joinee to the department and tell that, everyone listen, he is the new employee here, he is going to work with us from today and all these things. And you also tell him that, okay, this is going to be your workplace, and if you need anything, you go to that division. These are the rules in our organization, you have to follow them. And if you need something, you go to that division, this division, in each division this work happens in this way. You're basically making the employee familiar with the work environment that he is about to work in, right? So this happens. Now what happens after this? Generally, training is given. For example, let's take a simple scenario of software companies nowadays. When a new employee gets a job in a software company, first and foremost thing they do is training, right? So what happens in the next step? Again, just for the reference, we started with planning, we did recruitment, we selected, we placed, we did the introductory part where we talked about induction and orientation. Next we are talking about training and development in the in the parallel way. Then we'll also be looking after the compensation, the salary part, the benefits, incentives and all these things. And we'll also be looking after, if the employee is feeling satisfied, if the employee is being motivated, or if the employee is is facing any grievance or any problem, you also have to look into that matter, right? And you also have to look into the relations part, right? That means, is the employee being able to cope up with each and everyone? That means, are the good relations being maintained in the organization? Are managers good to the so subordinates? Are subordinates having a good relationship with the superiors? In this way, you're also trying to maintain the relations in your organization, right? You also look after the legal compliance, right? That means there are so many laws in the country that you have to follow if you are running an organization, right? So you also have to look after them, right? So in this way, if you want to start an organization in human resource aspect, you do so many different things. Now if you take all these different things that we have discussed till now, and if you just combine them, and if you just put them into a detailed explanation, that is basically the definition of human resource management that we are about to talk. So this is the reason why I have started with an explanation for the definition of human resource management. You understood this general scenario, right? In this example, you generally are about to start an organization. So there are so many different things that you look after in order to start an organization. But we told that let's just concentrate on the human resource aspect. That means, what are the different things that we do related to human resource while starting an organization. So we told that first and foremost thing, you plan for the workforce, then you recruit them, then you select them out of all the candidates, then you place them, then the introductory part, that means induction and orientation, takes place. Then training and development, we look after their training and development, we look after their compensation and benefits part, we look after their motivational aspects, we look after the proper relations being maintained or not in our organization. And we also look after certain things like health, safety, welfare. That means we are also looking after the legal aspects, legal compliance part, right? So these are the different things that we do in human resource aspect, right? So now let's look at the definition, and after looking at the definition, you can simply get the definition, because all these things put into a clear cut explanation is the definition of human resource management that anyone expects from you if that particular question is asked in an interview or an examination. Now let's move to the definition. So the first unit, introduction to human resource management, right? So the definition, okay, the definition of human resource management. Human resource management is defined as the process of, it is generally a process which goes on in a step-by-step manner, okay? Now human resource management is defined as a process of planning, recruiting, selecting, inducting employees and providing orientation, the introductory part, imparting training and development, right? Appraising the performance of the employees, that means looking after their performance, deciding compensation and benefits, motivating employees, maintaining proper relations with the employees and the trade unions and all those things. That means looking after the proper relations part, ensuring employees safety, health and welfare measures in compliance with the labor laws of the land. So this is the reason why I have given you that big the explanation regarding to the definition of human resource management. So now if you want to remember this this big definition of human resource management, just take the example of, what if I want to start an organization, what are the different things that I do? Just try to find the answer to that question in human resource aspect. You will actually come out with the clear cut definition of this term human resource management without even thinking, will I go in order or will I not go in order. you know just remember that, what do I want, what should I do if I want to start an organization in human resource aspect, gives you the human resource management definition.